Hey guys, welcome back to Mike's Custom Garage. It's been a few weeks since we posted a video. We've been really busy, just not so much on car stuff. The weather's getting better. We've been hitting car shows and having a great time, and that meant not so much content. But things are about to change. Last fall, I semi-retired, which I thought was going to be great, just to work on cars. Well, guess what? They called me back for a few months. I spent about 3 months now helping them get out while one of the guys was out on medical leave. So he's coming back next week. That means I'm back to being home, and that's what I want to do. So we're gonna get back on the Mustang and get this car finished up. We're also going to jump on the Honda Accord. You guys remember that? And we're going to get that finished up. There's a few things to do on that. We still need to put the bed liner in it. We got to finish the interior and get the windows taken care of. If you remember right, we had a bowed back window. We need to make an oven and take the Lexan and get that all straightened out. So we got a lot to do. For you guys that are still waiting on seeing the Jetta finished, that's the plan this summer. Let's get the Jetta done. A lot of you guys didn't see much of my 68 Mustang with a big old blower hanging out of it, but it needs to get done too. That's been on in 7-8 years. So yeah, we need to get back on that. And we're still going to work on the Nova, and we'll get all these things done step by step. But first and foremost, we're going to try to get some done on this video. We're going to get on the Mustang. The next video, we're going to try to finish the Honda off. Say I don't have to go to work. As of this video, I won't have to go back to work but one more day to finish up one job hanging over my head. I gotta get it done. So that'll take care of them. They'll be done for the summer, and that just means working in the garage, having fun. So stick around. Let's get these cars done, and hopefully we'll do some more fun stuff in the summer. Let's say right now it's a lot of getting the cars done, like this Mustang, that when it's done, I want to put it up for sale. Not because I really want to, but how many cars can I drive? You know, and that's a sad fact. So we'll put it up for sale, use that money to build some more cars. And you know, we're gonna get this channel going and get this thing moving, and hopefully get to the point where I'm making money doing this. But we still got a long ways to go. It's up to you guys, you know, to keep hitting that like. You guys aren't subscribed, subscribe, and leave comments. They actually help the algorithms and hopefully get this channel moving forward. I mean, it's been okay. I haven't been killing myself on it, but now it's time. So stay tuned. Let's work on the Mustang a little bit, and we'll keep things going. Hi, and welcome to Mike's Custom Garage. Okay, so we glued the edge of the vinyl, pulled it tight, and used a whole bunch of these binders and clamped that in tight. What I'm gonna do now is cut it just at the bottom of here. Go right across the bottom, get all this excess material off, and then start going around the sides here and pulling this tight. I'm not sure where I'll get the camera set up for you, but the goal is to get this all in. Same thing, we got same thing back here in the back, and get this headliner pulled down and tight. Once the headliner's in, I can put the windows in. So you can see it's getting dusty just sitting around in the garage. So okay, we're gonna set you up and start getting this thing cleaned up and cut up. Okay, so we're gonna get a razor blade. We're gonna start cutting off the excess on the front of this right now and work our way around. Okay, there you have it. Wind lace is put in. I don't know if you can even see it, to tell you the truth. It's kind of dark in here. There we go. So, yep, that's all done on here. I glued that corner edge in with all the clamps on that. We'll let that dry. Cut the front. Hold on. I'm stuck in here. Okay, we cut the edge off on the front. That's good. Cut the edge off on the back. So that's all good. We'll let this dry. We'll get on the other side. We'll pull that around, do the same thing. Then we'll come back when all this is in there. Hey guys, so I got the headliner glued in. We put the clips in. They were a pain. They were definitely a pain to put in, but they're in. Headliner's okay. I mean, it's still got a couple wrinkles in it, but I think, you know, there's gonna be, I'll put a center head over the head console in. Might take up some of that and you won't really see it. It's not perfect by no means. There's a couple more wrinkles in there. I put some heat on it. Didn't really like what it was. It wasn't shrinking it up or making it tight. It was just making it look kind of funny, so I stopped. All I'm gonna do now is put the back window in. Try to do it alone. If I can't, I'll have to get some help. That's basically going to put this string around the glass, put it up into here, and then pull it from the inside around. And hopefully I can do it alone. If not, we'll have to get some help. Okay, I got the glass here. As you can see, I got the string goes in the groove inside of here and around the whole outside of the window. And I got it taped off on there. Now we're gonna put that up onto the car, set the bottom in, and start pull the string. And like I said, I'm not sure I could do it alone, but I'm gonna give it a try. And if I can't, then I'll be getting some help. We'll set you up back here, get you out of the sun. Try to make it as visible as possible. Okay, basically I just set it down in place. Oops, gotta go from the other side. And as you can see, the strings are here. So I'm gonna try to pull them out and around and see if I can seat this window in. I got no way of holding the camera doing this, so we're gonna give it a shot and see what happens. Amazingly, it's in. Like I told you, I didn't have a way to set a camera up in here to even view this. I pulled the strings up along the bottom first and went up this side. And then I pulled it across to that corner over there. And then went back on this side and just slowly worked it up around the corners here and got it across the top and down the other side. I stopped about halfway. I went back to that corner and brought it up and I met it in the middle. And it's in there. So I got a little tucking to do here and there, I guess, to make it look a little better, but Maybe hold the camera straight to help. Yeah, I got a little tucking to do up in here just to keep it nice and tight, but it's almost there. And we'll get some like a caulking butyl on the outside to seal everything. That's what they had. They had like this gooey stuff. And then we put the moldings on the outside. So we got to pick up some of that butyl probably tomorrow. And then we can continue with putting the interior together. But yeah, getting this window in is big. And so you can do it by yourself. It'd definitely be easier if I had help here, but that's kind of how things are. So let's move on. Not sure what I'm gonna do next, but we'll get something done. But we got the headliner in it. We got the back window in. A couple days ago, I ordered the windshield. So we're gonna wait for the windshield to come in. We'll get that in. Now it's time to get the quarters windows put in. What I gotta do is put in the channel that goes up here and the gasket, and then we'll put the windows in. The windows I have here, and as you can see, these things are dirty. So we're going to clean them up, and hopefully I have new gaskets for them. I gotta check, see what I have. If I don't, I gotta order gaskets for these windows, because these are beat and they will leak. So for now, we're gonna clean all this up, get this ready to go in. If I don't have gaskets, we'll jump onto the doors instead. But I wanna get these ready to go. And so we're gonna wash them, clean them all up, blow the dust off them first, see what we have here, and make sure everything works smoothly without any problems. It's been a few days since we took that other door apart. Here's all the parts for the door. What we didn't have, and the first things we wanted to put in, is the outside stuff. So we put the door latch and the lock in, and we didn't have this right here. That's the door latch, and we didn't have it. So brakes on, stop what we're doing. Let's figure out what we're gonna do. So of course we did, we ordered parts. So here's what we ordered. First I ordered a wiring diagram, all in color. Hopefully it's gonna help me trace out some of the wires on this and on my 68. Might be a little difference from 67 to 68, but you know, we got at least it's close. What we needed were these. These here go on the windows. The ones on my windows were so dry rotted they just were falling apart. And we got a new latch assembly. So now you put the latch in. So while I was ordering that, I ordered a new ignition switch because that one sticks and I don't really like it. We got some of these here for the sun visors. The ones I had were pretty rusty crusty, so we've got those new. And we have new handles, front ones, rear ones to roll the windows up and down. This is just another order of stuff that we needed. And you know, as you come across these things, it pretty much stops us in our tracks. You know, and I mean, I could work on one of the other cars, but I had a lot of other stuff going on, and decided just to chill a little bit and let this thing sit. So yeah, it's been a couple weeks since we had a video, and we're gonna try to get something done today, at least get some doors put together and move forward. So let's get the mechanisms for the back windows here. They're in the garage. We'll get those out. I like working outside if I can, so when possible I push it outside and work on it. Once we get these doors put together, we'll start working on trying to get this thing started. So a little at a time, we'll get it. Okay, these are the back windows. What I did, took a little 400. I took the old grommet that was on there off. And so I just sanded it with some 400 to get the rust and anything else off it. And these are new grommets. Not trying to save anything there, so let's just rip that apart. These just clip in, push in, and lock in. And there you go. Now it turns nice and freely. Now we gotta do the other one. See, these crusty, they barely want to turn. And they're not even round anymore. So I'll just slide that off. And again, just some 400s. I'm not looking to do much grinding of it off. I just want to get the heavy rust off it, clean it up. Now it spins nice and freely. So these are good. Okay, so this has to go in steps. First thing I need to do, take these two here off, is a stop in here. And one right here. Okay, these two stops keep this from running out of this channel. But there's not enough room widthwise across here to put that channel in with this. So we're gonna make two separate, take it separate and put them back together. Okay, we've got the headliner in. I still got to do a little work on that. I got some great comments, you know, from you guys watching. So we'll try to make it a little bit better. Waiting on the glass guy to come in. He'll be in next week to put the windshield in. I've already put the back window in, but I'm waiting for him to come for the sealer to go around the gasket. On these rubber gaskets, there was like a butyl sealer that went around and kept everything sealed. So we can put that in before we put the chrome back on. We've done the door handles and the locks. Okay, we've done the door handles and the locks. And we've adjusted the striker in here. Now, when this door first shut, it was rubbing. And what had to be done was this had to come out a little bit so it didn't drag. The latch would rub on the inside of this and cause it to stick. So now it opens and closes really nice. And that's good. So now we need to do an I put the channel in that runs along here. I'm going to put the windows in, and then I'm going to put the gasket in and roll the windows up to hold the gasket in place and let it dry there. That way it won't be fighting it, trying to keep it to stay in place. I mean, it might stay because there is a groove on the inside, right in here, but why take the chance? So we're going to get to the glass and the stuff on this front door, and the quarter glass I've still got to get cleaned up and ready to go. And we'll get the doors done. Once the doors are done, we can continue with the rest of the things that need to be done. We still need to adjust the front and rear bumpers. Once the doors are together, we're going to get all the lights and wiring parts done and see if we can get this thing started back up. And I say it ran before I took it apart, so it should easily run after. I bought a new ignition switch, so the other one was kind of sticking. I didn't like it, so I just bought a brand new one. And we'll get the interior all put back in, and hopefully, you know, in a couple weeks, I figure a week on the Honda. The Honda's in that garage there. So we'll get a week on the Honda, then maybe 3 weeks on this. So in the next month, we should be able to get this car done and the Honda done. And then we're gonna start on getting the Jetta done and get that thing out of here. And then we'll work on the Nova in between. Like I said, I'm gonna have 7 days a week. I figure at least one day on the weekend will be a car show. So we'll spend at least one day on the weekends at a car show somewhere, maybe 2 or 3 nights, but there's a lot of daytime. And if the weather is nice like it is right now, we can get this stuff done. Okay, so we're putting the driver's side window in. I've got the base plate and the plate for the window in. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grease up these channels a little better, and we're gonna put the window in. Window slides in through the top. You can see a channel there and there. It's a pain, but they go in. So let's get some grease on that. Okay, first thing I want to do is got 2 rollers on the front and 1 in the back, so we'll get the front roller in first. And then the back roller, along with the other one. Definitely fighting this roller. Doesn't want to quite go in, but it will. Okay, now that the window's in, I'm going to put the stops in. And they look like little J's. Hold on, there we go. They look like little J's. And they go in here and back here. So let's get those in. These aren't too bad. You can get your finger in the back side of them at least. Goes back here. Okay, now those are in. That's the stoppers so it doesn't go up too high. Now what I found it's easier to do is put the bushing in here, put the mechanism in, and then just pop it in place. So I'm going to pull this back up. And see, that stops now where it needs to. And let's get this in. Like anything, start with one, work your way around. Now there's also a stop here. This stop, I think, stops the thing from going down too far. And that goes right in here. I'm not ready to put that in yet. What I want to do, tighten these 4 up. Now this is another run channel that runs up and down. So this one goes to this. That goes down in the bottom and right here. Now that one's set in place, so all I gotta do is roll the window down until the bushing that's in here, you see a little bit of that little blue there, lines up with the pin on the window regulator, and then I should be able to just push the pin in. I think I'll loosen the bottom out so it can slide out a little. It's a little tight. Now the bottom 2 screws give the top of the window in and out pivot. But that might just give me the room I need to get that pin in. And it does. Now I'm rolling it down to where it needs to be so I can hopefully get to it. There, and that slid it right in. So now we're where we need to be. Gonna roll it up, and there's 2 bolts to go in here. And those will keep it from rocking. These have all kinds of movement in them, and the bottom one here gives me up and down movement also. So with all of these loose, there's quite a bit of play. Okay, and this one appears to stop it from going too high. So that one will get adjusted where it needs to be once the gasket's in. So let's go back, check all our bolts, make sure everything's snug. And put it pretty close to where I think it goes. And the bottom one's adjusting it in and out on top. So everything's slugged up. Obviously we'll come back and adjust it to the front window, make sure all these gaps are good. But now we have an operational window. Next thing we'll need to do is put the window felts in here. And this side will be good. Like I said, I'd like it to be a little lower. I'm not sure if I can, but might bring it down just a little. You get that below this peak right here. But for now, it's good. We'll come back to it and adjust later. We're gonna leave all this off for now, and we'll get right on to the next window. Okay, now that the back windows are in, we're gonna get to this door. Now I already showed you I put the handle in, put the lock and the latch, so it shuts good. I'll show you how I did that stuff later on. But now the next thing I need to do was, you see that? That's a stopper that goes in the bottom of the door. And I had to take out the other door, and there it is. Nothing fancy, but that goes in the bottom. So we're just gonna lubricate it. We're gonna slide it in, and hopefully it just goes in. Of course it won't, because I want it to, right? Gonna wiggle it back and forth, and there you go. That's in. Now we gotta get the rest of these door pieces in. Okay, this is the first piece, goes in the back. I cleaned it real good, greased it up, and we're gonna put that in first. Okay, let's try to get it in through here. Might be easier. Yeah, it looks easier, huh? We'll get this in here. Okay, we cleaned up the rollers in the back here. We're gonna try to put this window in. Hopefully it goes in without a problem. Here's the first half of it. So you can see the second part. Huh. Okay, that's in. Slide it all the way to the bottom. Now we'll see if I can get the vent window in. Well, that's where it belongs down there. We try to get this to slide in. Go forward a little bit. And in. All right, before we get too carried away putting this together, I got a gasket that goes in here. So let's back it up and get that gasket in. Okay, there seems to be a left and a right. The notches are different. This one matches the one I'm working on. So let's just pull it out, see what we got. Appears to be in there. So we're going to make sure this is good and seated all the way down. Okay, let's try to put this back in. Hey, as you can see, it's starting to get dark out. This guy looks nice. Don't look that blue. Looking at it though. Okay, so these are the adjusters that go on the bottom. One goes down here, one goes up here. With these two bolts in, I don't seem to be able to move it enough to get them in. So we're going to loosen these up again and take them out. Now this gives me a little room in here. Grab some PB Blast. Best thing to do with these is get them all the way in, because there's not much room in there once they're there. That's doing it by feel, because you sure as heck can't see. A little more PB Blast on, and it goes in quite nicely. Again, I'm putting them all the way in so I can move it around in there and get the window channel on it. Okay, let's see what we got. We'll turn this one out till it just starts to touch. We'll turn this one out. Now I'm in the channel, so the window's in where it belongs. Now we'll put the two top bolts in. Put a little PB on them. Now this chrome ain't the best, but it's what it is. You can spend an ungodly amount of money replacing everything, and some things you just can't do. Now we're just going to snug these up. Tomorrow we'll put the rest of the regulator in and all the stuff that needs to get put in. Okay, so now it's the next day. Obviously it's daylight now, so we can get back to this. Going to put the window regulator in next. I believe I should have the window up to do that. Not really sure, but makes sense to have it out of the way. So okay, windows up. Feed this in through here. Okay, we got it in the channel. The channel on the window actually should be removed. It'd be a lot easier if I had it off, set it in place, screw it back in. But I was able to get the end off way in there, pull it out just a little bit, slide the runs in. So not bad. Now we're gonna line this thing up. Now with the window in here, the holes don't line up, so what we're going to do is going to find one that does line, which looks like up here. Now I'm going to turn it, and that'll rotate the thing around. So now they're all lined up, and we can put this in. Okay, we're going to tighten this up. Getting close to having a fully functional door. Now, all of this stuff's going to need to be adjusted. These are going to be nice and tight because they're not going to be moved, but this is going to need to be adjusted still. Okay, now I want to put the handle piece in. It goes in through here, it goes across to here, or into there, and to the latch. Okay, it's a long rod with a small, very easy lever on it, and just that shouldn't be that big of a deal. Let's keep, oops. Of course, we dropped the screws. Let's see. These I took all apart. I put the screws right back in the holes so that they wouldn't get lost. Okay, this goes in here. I said it before, I like do anything by hand. I know I don't strip stuff. See, a lot of guys using power tools, and they work faster, but they also break things. Okay, that's in there. This might be the spot. We're gonna know in a minute. Yeah, it looks like it, because there's the where the rod can move. See, this little pin right here from the rod goes up and through this smiley face. Now, when you're doing your door, there's these two things here. These are for the handle. They go different locations depending on the trim levels or maybe the different years. I know 67 and 68 are a little different, so same door. Now, this should work. Of course, the handle would go this way, so let's just test it. Okay, that works good. The center screw has a little tab that has to come through the hole. So that's in its place. We'll double check these are all tight. And we are good to go. So there you have putting the door together. I'm going to do the other ones off camera and listen to music, get these things done. And that's going to be it for this video. So, I mean, it's coming along. It's coming along. And say again, hit that like, subscribe, notifications, leave a comment. We're going to continue, so we get these doors done the rest of today. And then we'll probably jump on the Honda next week, just so I can get that car finished. But we'll see. We'll see what's going to happen. Say, sometimes I just change my mind, so. But again, thanks for watching. Hit the like, subscribe, notifications, leave a comment. It really matters. Helps the channel grow. And we'll catch you on the next one.